evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. Today is Tuesday, July the 3rd, 2018. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, the city of Tullahoma is, as we speak, in the midst of a huge 4th of July celebration. We'll tell you about some restrictions on the use of home fireworks in the city. The National Council of Fireworks Safety has some tips on using fireworks safely, and we'll give you a refresher course on cooking safely in an outdoors environment. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
Russell's got your truck, man. Russell's got your truck.
Keith Barnett here at the Russell Barnett Automotive family, and we have sold so many new trucks. We've got over 100 pre-owned trucks to choose from. Any make, any size, any model. It's as easy as going to russellbarnett.com to check out our pre-owned truck inventory. And remember, why buy your next truck anywhere else?
With the best selection anywhere, Russell's got your truck, man.
When I was growing up in Coffee County, I saw firsthand the need for good paying jobs. When I was county mayor, working with other dedicated Coffee Countyans, we recruited $240.6 million in industry investment in Coffee County. 2,968 new good-paying jobs to Coffee County. I'm David Pennington, candidate for Coffee County Mayor, and I ask you to join me and help make Coffee County an even better place to live and work.
Cool off at Southern Middle Tennessee's newest water park, Tullahoma's Splash Island. Fun for all ages. 3 25-foot water slides, lazy river, fun water features for toddlers, tasty food items available. All this and more, only $5 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 4 to 9 p.m. Sundays 1 to 6. Join the fun at Tullahoma's Splash Island.
Welcome back. The City of Tullahoma's 4th of July celebration is currently underway at Fraser McEwen Park with the fireworks show scheduled for around 9 this evening. Lyle Russell from the Tullahoma Parks and Recreation Department stopped by earlier to fill us in on the details of today's event.
Regional Independence Day celebration. It's regional because it's not just Tullahoma. We invite all the surrounding communities to participate.
Anywhere.
That's right. That's right. It's going to be a great show. The gates will open at 3.
It's at a different place than it's been before.
No, it's still in the same place. Fraser McEwen Park.
Oh, right. It was there last year.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's at Fraser McEwen Park in Grider Stadium, right there behind the high school. And when the gates open at 3, we've got some really cool stuff that's going to be there. We've got a big petting zoo. Home Depot from Winchester is bringing up a bunch of the kids' wood kits to build wooden toys. We've got a bunch of kids' games. Remember the carnival game with the big sledgehammer and the thing that goes? Yeah, we'll have one of those. Yes, we've got one of those. We've got a bunch of other little carnival games and things to play.
So all ages can be entertained.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We've got some great live music this year too.
Do you want to tell who else?
Yeah. Starting at 3 o'clock when the gates open, we'll have Chase Clanton and Vintage Vibes.
Chase is fabulous.
Yeah, I've seen them once before. They're really good. After they're finished around 5 o'clock, we're going to have another band that was there last year called Vinyl Radio. They do 60s, 70s, 80s rock. They're really, really good. Yeah. And then after that, we'll have a band coming from Nashville called Six Wire. And there's a couple of...
play?
Similar, but one of the interesting things about them is that a lot of the guys that are in that group used to be Lee Greenwood's band. So I'm sure we'll hear God Bless the USA.
Sure.
And they'll tell the story about how they helped with that. So I've not met them personally yet, but I've talked to them on the phone. It's a good bunch of guys, and they're really looking forward to coming and entertaining Tullahoma.
That's wonderful. And few people don't know where Fraser McEwen Park is. You want to give them a little description of the address?
Sure. It's right behind Tullahoma High School. That's right on 41A.
41A.
Yep, and if you turn right down behind the high school, you'll see the baseball stadium.
You can't miss it, really.
Oh, yeah, I can't miss it. The park is right there at the curve.
And there'll be lots going on.
Yes, there'll be cars, and you'll see all the stuff.
I'm sure vendors, all kind of foods.
Yes, yeah.
And all this is free to the public.
It is.
I know that you have baskets, and it's nice when people donate a little money. Because it's a very expensive event. Yeah,
the Kiwanis Club collects donations for their causes as part of the event. And one of the other cool things we have this year too is we have a can jam and a cornhole tournament that the Tullahoma Sports Council is putting on.
And do people know what a cornhole tournament is?
Well, I hope so. But can jam is relatively new. It's about a 5-gallon bucket-sized target, and you have a frisbee, and it's got a slot cut in the front.
Oh gosh, you got to get a frisbee through the slot.
Right. But
That is interesting.
Yeah. So they're going to
Fun.
try that out, and there is a cash. Let me rephrase that. It's not cash; they will be paid in check. But there is a monetary
reward.
prize for the winner of each
Okay.
event. So.
Now, are both of those events you pay to enter the
Yes,
contest?
yes. Those contests, it's $20 per team. And there's two
per
people
team.
on a team
So
to
if
enter
you-
that.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Yeah, and the fireworks show is we're estimating about 21 minutes, so it's going to be a lengthy show.
And when does the fireworks start?
We try to start right around 9:15,
Just when
weather
it
and
gets
light
dark.
depending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess people maybe need to bring chairs, lawn chairs.
Oh yes, we highly encourage
blankets.
bringing lawn chairs
Yeah.
and prepare for the weather.
Bring some money to buy some food.
Yes, bring some money. We'd love to see that. And we'll have lots of good food vendors out there, local folks too from around
And
town.
this is Tuesday, beginning at 3.
Tuesday, July 3rd, beginning at 3 p.m. and it will go
goes
on.
till the fireworks are done.
Well, and
after, because
yeah.
there's a band still playing.
Yes.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Russell's got your truck, man. Russell's got your truck.
Keith Barnett here at the Russell Barnett Automotive family, and we have sold so many new trucks. We've got over 100 pre-owned trucks to choose from. Any make, any size, any model. It's as easy as going to russellbarnett.com to check out our pre-owned truck inventory. And remember, why buy your next truck anywhere else?
With the best selection anywhere, Russell's got your truck, man.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
Welcome back. Many of you folks will be having 4th of July celebrations at your home, which involves shooting fireworks. There are, however, some restrictions to using fireworks inside the city limits. I spoke with Lieutenant Phil Henderson with the Tullahoma Police Department about the city ordinances regarding the private use of fireworks. It's 4th of July and there's going to be fireworks. Probably some rules that go along with using those as well.
Yes, sir. City of Tullahoma has ordinances in place for the sale of fireworks and for the use of fireworks. And I think it was like 2004 we allowed fireworks back in. And now they're sold. They can be sold between June the 20th and July the 5th, and then December 21st through January 1st. Those are the only times that they're permitted to be sold inside the city limits of Tullahoma. As far as being able to shoot them, they can be shot from July 1st through July 4th. And then there is a 5-hour window on New Year's Eve where they can be shot from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. And then July 1st through the 3rd, they can be shot from 10 a.m. until 10:30. And then on July 4th, they can be shot from 10 a.m. until 11:30.
I see.
And any other time after that is illegal.
There's probably some sort of penalties if you're really causing
Yes, sir. If you get caught, by the police department, breaking one of the ordinances, it's a $50, it could be up to a $50 fine and court cost depending on what the judge finds you. And each instance is a different charge. So if you got shot 3 times, you could technically be charged 3 times
Right.
And each one of those could carry a $50 fine plus court costs.
Do you get a lot of calls relative to that during this period of time?
Yes, sir. We've already started getting them.
So some people have already started firing.
Yes, sir. With the fact that you can buy them on the 20th, but you can't start shooting them till the 1st. We had a call yesterday where there was a car going down the road and they were shooting bottle rockets and throwing fireworks out of the vehicle.
Oh my goodness.
Which is, illegal.
Right.
And we respond to each call that we get in reference to fireworks, whether it's in that window that they're legally allowed to shoot them. We still go by and check and make sure that they're not shooting them at people, make sure that they're not shooting them to where they're landing on people's property that don't want it to land there. That's one of the hard ones to enforce, because once you shoot it up, you don't know where it's going to land.
I hadn't actually thought about that, but you may be shooting them on your property, and then they may be landing on your neighbor's roof or something,
Yes, sir.
So that's got to be a tough thing to try to enforce.
It is. It is really tough.
Yeah. So is there some process where you see these vendors, and they usually set up in shopping centers or places like that? Is there some process where you get a license to be able to do that?
Yes, sir. They have to get a letter signed by the mayor, and then that is forwarded to the state fire marshal, and then they get a permit through them. They also get a permit through the city of Tullahoma. They have to carry insurance. They have to provide their own power, restrooms, that type of thing. They also have to be located with further than like 750 feet, I think, from the entrance to any occupied business.
Right. That's why you see them in the middle of a parking lot somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
And they can't be located within close proximity to each other. That's why you see them spread out all over town.
Yeah, because I have seen news reports about the major fires that occurred in huge facilities that actually sell fireworks all year long, I guess. But so it could be a hazard.
And they have to post, no open flames, no smoking, that type of thing. They cannot sell fireworks to anyone under the age of 16. They cannot sell fireworks to anyone that appears to be intoxicated.
Yeah, you probably need to have your good senses about you if you're going to be fooling with that kind of thing.
Yes, sir.
Right.
And no shooting the fireworks within 200 feet of a place that sells fireworks.
Right.
We'll be right back with more News Leader on 6.
I'm Philip Bourne, Stem McNabb Detail Shop Manager. Here are a few things our customers have to say about our service.
What I love most about the Stem McNabb Detail Shop is there's someone local that I can trust to pick up my car, have it cleaned, and deliver it back to me in showroom condition.
What really amazed me is when he opened the hood and looked like he had taken the old engine out and put a new engine inside.
We have several different packages and individual services to get your vehicle looking like new again. We're located just behind Stem McNabb Chevrolet dealership. Call today, schedule an appointment, and see what a difference our detail can make.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. Fireworks designed for home use are much safer today than they were a few years ago, but people still need to use caution when using fireworks for their 4th of July functions. The National Council on Fireworks Safety offers these tips on using fireworks safely in your home celebrations.
Fireworks. They're an American tradition, and for countless families, that tradition includes celebrating with fireworks at home, with friends or neighbors. The fireworks sold for this purpose are called consumer fireworks, and they're very different from the fireworks used in large public displays. The consumer fireworks made and sold today are safer and more popular than ever before. But safety depends on using them legally and responsibly, and that's what we're here to talk about. This presentation is about how to choose, plan, conduct, protect, and clean up your consumer fireworks so that things stay safe and fun. Safety begins with knowing what types of fireworks you can or cannot buy and use in your area. While federal law regulates the content, labeling, and performance of consumer fireworks, state and local laws determine whether, where, when, and how those fireworks can be sold and used. If you're planning a celebration that involves fireworks, knowing these laws is important. When in doubt, check with your local fire department. Buy your fireworks only from established retail outlets. These retailers advertise that they're selling fireworks clearly and openly. Avoid any fireworks that are not labeled. Federal law requires the name and address, as well as full cautionary labeling, be on every item. Unlabeled items may be illegal explosives. Keep in mind that illegal explosives are not fireworks. They're criminal, and they're a disaster waiting to happen. If you see them being used or sold, contact your local police or fire department. Illegal explosives should never be used, period. The same goes for homemade explosives or modified fireworks. Stick with legal fireworks that are made and sold by professionals. And once you buy those fireworks, never try to alter them. In addition to buying only from established retailers, it's important to read the product labels carefully and thoroughly. You'll want to select a suitable area for lighting fireworks. Aerial devices, like skyrockets, require much more space and clearance than devices with more limited range, such as fountains. Generally speaking, aerial devices require at least 40 feet of distance from spectators, and more limited devices require at least 20 feet. But again, read the label on the product you're planning to discharge and follow those warnings. Regardless of the types of devices you're using, your discharge area must be outdoors. It should be a large open area with adequate distance from the trees, and it should be clear of dry brush or debris. Be sure there are no gasoline cans or containers with other flammable liquids nearby. Choose or make a steady flat surface. The harder the better. Grass and gravel may be too soft and unstable. Asphalt or boards are better. Some retailers offer additional safety devices for sale, such as shooting boxes, that can help when hard flat surfaces are not available. Keep a bucket of water handy. It's a good place to put out sparklers and to dispose of other fireworks after they're finished burning. If possible, it's also a good idea to have a garden hose nearby, in case a stray spark ignites grass or leaves. Always have an adult present. Fireworks are not toys, and small children have no business using them. Remember, even sparklers can burn a child. It's also a good idea to tell your neighbors that you plan to have fireworks. Have 1 or 2 adults become the designated shooters. That means more than just lighting the fireworks. It also means agreeing to refrain from drinking alcohol, at least until after the fireworks portion of the celebration is over. Nobody under the influence of alcohol has any business lighting fireworks. A responsible designated shooter wears glasses or safety goggles and uses safe techniques and equipment. Safety lighters, or barbecue lighters like these, generally make a better choice than ordinary matches. Light only 1 firework at a time. Never have a body part over a firework. And keep your spectators at a safe distance, at least 20 feet for limited range devices like fountains, and at least 40 feet for aerial devices. As we said before, read the labels for specific guidance. Never relight a dud, and let a dud cool at least 10 minutes before handling it. Dispose of fireworks properly by soaking them in water before putting them in the trash. After the party and after the fireworks have cooled completely, gather them for disposal and keep them away from buildings and flammable materials. And finally, stay mindful of good common sense, like never throwing or pointing fireworks at other people, never carrying fireworks in your pocket, and never shooting fireworks in metal or glass containers. Take firework safety seriously, and your celebration can be serious fun. Remember, by making smart, informed choices about what and where to buy, paying attention to warnings on labels, and having responsible adults follow safe procedures for lighting fireworks and disposing of them, your celebration, and all of our celebrations, can light up our neighborhoods with joy for years to come.
More news leader on 6 is coming up in a moment.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Welcome back. Outdoor grilling and cooking is a big part of any 4th of July celebration. Let's watch this video produced by the United States government to make sure you are doing that cooking in a safe manner.
Hey, I'm Marty Duncan from MartyKnowsParties.com and Season 8 of Food Network Star. I'm all about affordable ideas for easy entertaining. You know what? Nothing says summer like barbecues and picnics and favorite recipes like my yummy bacon chive potato salad. But foodborne illness can ruin your summer fun because harmful bacteria is much more common in the warmer months because it multiplies rapidly when it's warm outside. You know what? This year, roughly 48 million people are going to suffer from food poisoning. So I'm teaming up with the USDA, the FDA, the CDC, and the Ag Council to keep your family food safe for all your summer celebrations. Hey, you know what? When preparing your barbecue or your party food, follow the 4 steps for food safety. Clean, separate, cook, and chill. Clean all your surfaces, your utensils, and your hands with soap and hot water. If water's not available, bring some water from home. Moist towelettes and disposable washcloths are other good options, and you can use plastic gloves like the chefs do to keep you from spreading germs or bacteria. Cross-contamination is one of the leading causes of foodborne illness. If you're packing a cooler, wrap raw meat securely in place in a zip-top bag to keep their juices from coming in contact with and contaminating ready-to-eat food like fruits and vegetables. Wash your hands before and after handling your food, and don't ever use the same platter and utensils you use for the raw meat or poultry to serve your food once it's been cooked. Separate clean ice into large zip-top bags and clearly label them for beverages only. You don't want to use that ice that's been used to chill food for serving. Your most important piece of equipment when grilling or cooking outside, except for the grill probably, is a food thermometer to make sure that all the meat is cooked to a safe temperature. You just can't tell if a burger's done, whether it's brown or pink on the inside. Color's not an accurate indicator. The recommended internal temperature for burgers and other ground beef is 160 degrees Fahrenheit. You can find temperature guides for cooking meat and poultry at foodsafety.gov. To keep cold foods cold, it has to be chilled to 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below. I usually try to take just the amount of food I'm going to use, and I prep as much as possible before I leave the house. I store it in zip-top bags or in plastic containers in the cooler, and I keep it in there until I have to use it. And don't forget the 2-hour rule for food safety. No food, none, should be left out at room temperature for more than 2 hours. And if the temperature is above 90 degrees, that time limit shortened to 1 hour. I like to serve food like my potato salad in small quantities and keep backup supplies in the cooler. About this size is right. So I'm going to make 3 of these, cover them in plastic wrap, and I'm going to put it in the cooler until I need it later. I'm going to swap out the containers when I reach that 1 hour time limit because it's hot out here today. So large bowls and platters of perishables like deli meats should be kept on ice and replenish that ice as necessary. Cold water from melted ice is not cold enough to keep your food safe. You can find more party ideas and easy summer recipes on my website, MartyKnowsParties.com. And if you have questions about preventing food poisoning and how to keep your family safe, check out the free resources on foodsafety.gov. The online database, Ask Karen, has the answers to nearly 1,500 questions related to foodborne illness. You can also call the USDA Meat and Poultry Hotline, you know, the people you call at Thanksgiving for your turkey, at 1-888-MP-HOTLINE from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. Both are available in English and in Spanish. For the USDA, the FDA, the CDC, and the Ad Council, I'm Marty Duncan wishing you a food-safe summer. Now I'm going to finish up this watermelon.
And don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Ann Marshall from the Joe Moon Foundation, who will come by and speak to us about a fundraiser coming to London's Bar and Grill. The animal shelter has some recommendations for 4th of July animal safety, and we'll have some of the cast from the play Oliver that's performing at South Jackson Civic Center. All that and more on this week's Living.
And stay with us. We'll have your holiday weather forecast right after these messages.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Chevrolet GMC in Winchester. This month only, 2018 Chevrolet Silverados, employee pricing, and up to $6,000 off. And my question is, why buy your next Chevrolet Silverado anywhere else?
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1954 at 98 degrees. The record low was in 1937 at 47 degrees. The average high on this day is 87, and the average low is 65. Mostly clear weather expected tonight with a low of around 73. Hot with a 20% chance of rain in the forecast for Wednesday with a high of 95 and a low of 76. About a 30% chance of rain in the forecast for Thursday as the hot weather continues with a high expected of 92 and a low of 74. And that's our newsletter report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for News Leader on 6. You have a good evening.
And we wish everyone a very happy and safe 4th of July. Thanks, everyone.